Hello, loves. I'm Stevie Love for those of you who are new, and for those of you who are subscribed to me, welcome back. Sorry I've been gone so long. I will do another video about that another time, but so this video isn't past like 10 minutes. Another video another time. So, it's the end of the world as we know it, and guess what? I feel fine. Most YouTubers right now want you to think that this is the end. Like this is going to be destructive, devastating, blah, blah, blah. And I think it's more like the offended Olympics. Everyone's trying to see who can be more offended than the others and whatnot. And it's this whole, I feel like YouTube has turned into nothing but drama, like Facebook. Facebook, I feel, is really irrelevant, yet it is full of drama constantly, and that's where YouTube is going. So, for those of you who don't know, Pewdiepie, aka Felix, accidentally said the N-word on a live stream. After that, I'm pretty sure it was the very next day, he apologized. And his apology was short, sweet, to the point. He didn't make any excuses. He admitted what he did was wrong. He owned up to his mistake, and he apologized for it. He didn't jump cut the video. He didn't have any filters. It was basically like one of the most raw videos you could get. And I know that's weird because a lot of the times people go for raw videos and they're not, but this was a very well done video, and I'm very impressed with how he handled it, especially after everything that he's been through. And I'm not going to be like Ethan Klein, who he was doing really well again. He's been doing well the whole time. It's not his fault that people want to target him because he's got 57 million subscribers. I happen to be one of them. Anyways, he owned up to his mistake, and a lot of YouTubers don't. Or it takes a long time for them to own up to their mistakes. This whole thing, just like, it's so irritating, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of hearing about it. So, he's human. He said something that is wrong. He apologized. It's time to move on, yet no one's moving on. Everyone is basically kicking him while he's down. Words only have the power that you give them, and we need to stop giving words so much power. There are certain words that can have lots of power, that should have lots of power, while other words should not have so much power, like the N-word. And I mean, I'm white, so I can't determine how much power that word has for African Americans, but for me, it shouldn't have any power. I mean, is it my place to use the N-word? That's iffy, but context, I think, is bullshit, and the reason I'm saying context is bullshit is because it's a very slippery slope. I mean, you could call it a gray area, but if context really mattered, no one would be offended that PewDiePie said it. I feel like this poof is just ancient, and it's not. I wasn't in the poofy trend. Anyways, context obviously is bullshit, or no one would be offended by what Felix said, and yet everyone's offended, so context is bullshit. No one cares about context. It doesn't matter. If it was wrong for Felix to say the N-word, then it was wrong for iDubbbz and Ethan Klein to say it multiple times with other words attached to the end of it, hard R and everything, and the fact that hard R is a thing is pitiful. It really is. It's pathetic. Like, fucking, grow the fuck up. I'm 24 and I feel like I'm more mature than most of these YouTubers. But if it was wrong for Felix, then it was wrong for iDubbbz and Ethan. If it's okay for Ethan and iDubbbz, it's okay for Felix, regardless of context. Again, I think context is bullshit. Offense is also taken, not given, and Felix didn't mean to offend anybody. So, if you choose to be offended, that's you. But I choose not to be offended. And another thing, why are white people being offended that he said it? He didn't say it to an African American, so... this is something that no one has brought up. Like, why are white people getting so offended? I feel like you can't have one group say it and it be okay, and then him say it and it not be okay, especially when they all kind of used it in the same context. Again, context is bullshit, but it's all or nothing. Either everyone can say it or no one can say it. And I know that I can't speak on half of African Americans, but I'm speaking on behalf of us white people. And another thing is you can't pick your status on the internet, YouTube specifically. Like you earn that shit. I don't know how people like Jake Paul managed to earn it, but you earn it. And Felix earned all 57 million subscribers. I think a lot of this right here is jealousy and a chance to make a lot of money, because having Felix's name and his face in the title and the thumbnail is going to get you tons of clicks. It's been proven. And it's just, but Felix didn't choose to be as high as he is. He earned it. Everyone is afraid of another adpocalypse, and I think that's really funny because when the first adpocalypse happened, everyone was behind Felix. Everyone had his back. No one blamed him for it. Everyone blamed the Wall Street Journal, and they deserved to have the blame because Felix was basically a gateway. They took everything he said out of context and twisted it around to fit their own narrative, further their agenda, and open the door to show advertisers how toxic YouTube is. And YouTube has gotten really toxic, if you ask me. But now that Felix said the N-word, everyone is basically blaming him for the original Adpocalypse, and now they're worried about Adpocalypse 2.0. Like, that's the thing people are saying. And they're all disassociating themselves with Felix publicly. And do you know why? They're basically screaming, I don't agree with him. He's bad. He's garbage. Please don't take my ad revenue away from me. I'm ad friendly. That's literally what they're doing. They're abandoning him over a word because they don't want their livelihoods taken from them. They don't want to have to get a real 9-to-5 job. I mean, YouTube is basically the land of opportunity right now, and I don't know how much longer it's going to stay like that, unfortunately, but I'm not solely relying on this for money. I'm not relying on this for money at all. If I make money, cool. If I don't, oh well. This is really just so I'm heard. But I feel like everyone is being really hypocritical because they had his back over something that I feel was a lot bigger, and now over a simple word, it's fuck you, Felix. Like, that's really what it is. We're human. We all make mistakes. We all say things that we don't mean. We're flawed. That's a part of being a human. What really matters is not the mistake you made, it's how you handle that mistake. And Felix handled his mistake very well. We should be respectful that he owned up to his mistake and didn't make excuses, and we should move on. We should be supporting each other, not turning against someone just because they fucked up and said a word. If Felix has to be held accountable because of his status here on YouTube, then everyone with any kind of status, no matter how big or small, has to be held accountable for even the most minute mistake, including one word. It's all or nothing, and it's time for us to grow up and move on. This has been bugging me all week. It's pretty sad that I actually had to come back to YouTube just to call out a lot of my favorite creators for being hypocrites. Feel free to disagree with me. Feel free to put your own input down below. Feel free to like it if you agree with me. Feel free to dislike it if you don't. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to let me know if you have any suggestions for future videos, if there's something you'd like to hear my input on, whatever. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, all the links will be down below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out, loves.